Welcome back, y'all. Hey, Lewis, Birdie Beth. Hey, Christina. Hey, Sydney. Tap and share, y'all. Hey, Jennifer.
Hi, friend.
Hey, Birdie Beth. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing really well. Tap and share, y'all, please. We're just going to do a short little live about Boobear, but we have a huge live tonight that I hope y'all come back for. 7 Central, 8 Eastern. TikTok Punisher. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Hey, Jenna. Hey, Goat.
Birdie, is that video announcing the live on pinned on your account to where we can announce it while we're here on this pop up for just a minute so people can share that out so everybody doesn't think that they missed it? I don't want to confuse anybody that the live is happening now when it's happening tonight at 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on this platform, on Checkmate's platform.
Yes, huge live tonight, y'all. Victim Impact Live. You're gonna hear from people that actually gave money to beggars and scammers. It's gonna be a good one. Birdie's got a good lineup.
But if you're in here right now and you happen to be following Tequila Girl 7, which is Angelgirly, aka Boobear, share it out to her because I would love for her to come in here and let's have a conversation about her telling so many lies and telling so many people to DIE and so many people that their mothers and fathers are embarrassed of them and racist remarks that have no merit anywhere in the world and telling people that they look a certain way in a derogatory term because they choose a different lifestyle than what she chose. And most importantly, for telling everybody's box that she goes into or the chat, telling them that she tried to unalive herself because people are calling the hotel or they're calling her ugly. The only thing that anybody needs to be saying about Boobear, aka Angelgirly, is that she is a liar and that she never tells the truth. This lady said that she's allergic to water and the doctor told her to only drink 1 cup of water a day and that she needs money for Gatorade and juice while she's working at the hotel that she stays at for free because she can't drink water. She's allergic to it. And that they're running all these tests. The other part of right now is we're preparing for the live tonight right here on this platform, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, to get people in the box to make sure that their box access works. So any kinks are not happening tonight at 7 p.m. Central, 8 Eastern. So while we're talking about Boobear and we're trying to get Rammer over to talk with us about Boobear, we'll be working through those kinks as well. So we're going to double task, okay? I hope you guys are okay with that. Please make sure you share out the live so anybody can hear about the latest antics of Boobear and Julie Newton 448, aka Angelgirly. Hi, Christina.
Hi.
Oh, that's
Hello,
awesome.
Christina.
Good
Yay.
job.
Y'all tap the screen and share the live mods. Do not block or mute anybody. Also, if people come in and say hello, please try to greet them so everybody is seen, please, and thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Christina. Do you want me to go ahead and drop you now since we know you can get up here?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'll talk to you in a few hours.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hey, Melody Rose. Hey, Otto. I'm outside. Can y'all hear the background noise?
No.
Okay, good.
I'm going to need to share this out to Lola and to Bugs and Rammer. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Please share out the live to as many as you can. It's a short pop-up live. There wasn't really any time to let everybody know about it, but scrolling through the TikTok streets and seeing Angelgirly, aka Boobear, everywhere with her BS, we've got to make sure that people know her lies. She is everywhere. The biggest thing with her and mocking mental health, where she's running around telling people that she tried to unalive herself and was in the hospital fighting, and it was touch and go for so long. And people are feeding into this. They're actually watching her say this stuff in the chat. Then they'll pull her up in a box and she tells the same old story. We have proof that she was on Facebook posting every single day on Facebook, even begging for money. I mean, in Birdie's box, it's every day. How is she saying that she's tried to hurt herself and then fighting for her life, but she's on social media posting every day? Not only that, she was actually in a live in which I was in, where she thought she changed her name and that nobody knew who her burners were, telling people that her family, and I'm using air quotes, her family was making sure that I was under investigation, that All for One was under investigation, because we were cyberbullying her and they were pulling IP addresses, and that it was really bad and they are investigating it. And she's the person in the chat typing all of this, pretending like she's the family member. There is no limit to the liars on this app, but Boobear, aka Angelgirly, aka Julie Newton 448, it's just a continuous pattern. And Rammer, when Rammer comes in, she'll be able to tell you about the racist remarks that are being made that Rammer actually witnessed. We've got it recorded. I don't know if my video is ever going to come back from appeal. It's been taken down. The things that come out of her mouth. And guys, I want to make sure that anybody that's window licking, that if you are talking in her chat and you're saying anything derogatory, come on, guys. Look at the videos that are going on Bug's account, on Lola's account, on everybody's account, that there's so much more content there than just making fun of what she looks like. She's ugly on the inside. So, Julie, if you're window licking and you're in here trying to tell people to DIE and hurt themselves and you're lying about all of the above, come in here and talk to us. Tell one of us to DIE. Bring yourself in here, since you're everywhere on the app with spewing your hate. Come in here and talk to us. Or name a time and a place where let's have a conversation about it, because you are vile. Hey, Raymer.
Hey, y'all. Ain't nobody told me nothing. I didn't know Checkmate was already live. My bad.
I know that was put in our group chat.
What group chat? There is no group chat, ma'am.
Mods, please try to answer questions and greet people. Tap and share, y'all, please.
Raymer, can you give a little highlight of what you saw the other day with the racist, just one of the racist comments that coming from Boobear, Angelgirly?
She kept getting aggravated because people were coming in the chat saying, hey, wave at 4K. Hey, 4K says hello. And all this kind of stuff. And, she just went on this big old long rant about how 4K was laid up in a bed with a black man between her legs and has 12 children and they're all on welfare. And I mean, she says the most racist stuff. Why not just say a man between her legs and she's got 12 kids, which I highly doubt she has 12. But anyway, we know Boobear's not really good on factual stuff. Hey, hush. That's too loud. But it was just one thing after another. And I was like, is this lady serious? But she then puts out like a hit on people saying she's got mafia connections from, I guess she's talking about Chirac, because she ain't talking about like Chicago. How she's got connections in one phone call and they would be pew, 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 pewed. And I'm like, and I reported this on 2 different devices about 12 times, and I looked at the activity report and nothing came back with a violation, and I typed it in exactly the way that Boobear had said it. Jordan Paul, the scammer, she does not get a lot of traction on here. The most that we see out of Boobear is her in other beggars' chats. Now, Renee Schroeder 2222 something said the other day she was going to send her $15 the next day because Boobear claims that the doctor told her not to drink more than 1 cup of water a day, that she must be allergic. And I'm like, honey, no doctor is going to tell you you're allergic to water. Your body is 80% water. And she was like, he told me to drink juices and Gatorades and Pedialyte. And I'm like, no, ma'am, this is a taste preference over water is what you're putting out here. So she needed $15 to $20, which is kind of ironic. She always asks for the same amount. $15 to $20. What does that tell y'all? And the day before, she had given a story how her and her hubby goes to like this THC shop that was poorly mismanaged in her opinion, and they sold them bad smoke, bad gardening, that it was loaded with shrooms, and she almost was not here anymore because of it. And I'm like, okay, well, here's another one on TikTok begging for people's money to get high. And she said her and her husband smoked it. So it's going to happen again. There's been 2 people that I watched personally that did not wake up the next day. And it's going to happen again and again and again if people do not stop donating to these people.
That's right, Raymer.
I would say 92 to 94% of people that are asking for donations on TikTok have some kind of addiction, whether it be to illicit substances, gambling, food, hell, NyQuil. I mean, you can literally become addicted to anything.
Right.
And the other 8 to 10% is money mismanagement most of the time, or just being lazy.
Yep.
But yeah, Boobear said that over and over. I mean, she kept on with the racist comments. And I mean, she's talked about the Latino community before. She's talked about like not Native American, but Indian community before. She's talked about the African American community before.
So, Rammer, I actually have a clip here of one of her racist rants if y'all would like to hear it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
That's
Um,
perfect. But y'all need to tap, tap, tap because that could get us taken down. So please tap the screen.
yes, I was going to ask you do that, please.
Yes, Jenna, your Latinos she was talking about.
Had pumpkins. Nothing racist if you're speaking the truth. That's right. And I'm speaking the truth. She's live on TikTok all day streaming other people instead of working, being a fucking bully and having others go on her page and laugh and bully right along with her. What does that show about her? She's a fucking bully. She wasn't raised right. Living on welfare, supporting 12 kids. With a black man between her legs. Probably a Chinese man too.
Yep, so there is that.
A few days ago, I believe it was early last week, she said that with the housekeeper and the maintenance person, since her husband is the maintenance person where they live for free, that the air quotes black man makes more money than the husband, alluding to they make more money because of the color of his skin. And she doesn't even think past what she's saying because she's so consumed with so much hate that she does not, the only thing she's not discriminating against is how she makes fun of people and puts them down and is racist towards anybody. She has no discernment whatsoever. There's no reason she should have said anything about somebody that works in the same facility that they're getting more money because of the color of their skin, and she damn sure shouldn't have been telling TikTok about it. She told someone the other day when she was frustrated when she wasn't getting the money that she wanted that they looked like a transvestite in a derogatory tone. There's not any group that I can think of right now that she has not offended. Hello, Jules.
And she sits here and says, like, this person's probably on welfare, this one is, that one is. Does she not realize that food stamps is welfare?
Guess not.
But she's so excited that she's going to get her first check and her food stamps this coming up week. I believe on Friday.
And that's a good point, Lola. You're right. She's worried about what everybody else gets. She has posted Faith on her Facebook to make fun of Faith. Now we've seen that footage where she is yelling and screaming and calling Faith, "Listen to me, you little girl," and just screaming at her and yelling at her because, again, she's not getting the money that Faith and Maggie and others are in. Now, I did see some screenshots from Rammer just last night where she was in Dr. Pepper Lover, Horror Queen, I'm Pookie chat where she was talking about you can get your gifts off of PayPal or something, but you need to get a job. Like, do you have a job? How dare her? She's been working for 2 days cleaning rooms at the facility where she lives for free, and she's dogging out people that she's telling them in chats that she's in to get a job. And it's at this point, it's not even about the amount of money that Angelgirly, aka Boobear, is bringing in. It is about the toxicity and the vileness that she's going from chat to chat, trying to bring in the awareness community into, they're bullying me, they're saying bad lies about me, they're calling the hotel. Nobody's doing any of that. She stole that story from another liar that's on this app with Tim and Angela, who that's probably the biggest thing, the stolen sympathy part of things, where, they're probably still over there thinking about how they're going to lie and get sympathy from people saying that they're bullied and people are trying to call them out and they're doing this and they're doing that. And all the bad things so they continue to get money. I'm still not so sure that some of those things are not lies that he's fueling and doing himself with Tim and Angela. Because if you guys remember correctly, way back in May, he was talking about how someone threatened to slash his tires, and he's like, all these threats against me. And now it's full blown into somebody sending them letters. Today, he said that he was sick the past couple of days. Well, the truth is that the hotel's paid until Wednesday, and he was sick, and there was a huge job fair with several retailers on October 2nd in his town of Dyersburg, and he couldn't go because he was sick. Now, he didn't say he didn't go, but I would love to know. And I would love for people to ask. Did you go to the job fair on October 2nd where there were several retailers? So our first sighting of Boobear was when she was supporting Tim and Angela. And from there is Boobear, aka Angelgirly, Ron, Robocop. These pick-me's who can't pick a side of right and wrong. Boobear needs light on her from the sheer terror that she's putting in with her lies. If somebody was struggling with mental health and she is talking like she's talking about, well, I'm just going to go and unalive myself, or I tried to unalive myself, and she continues to talk this way because she's not getting enough money and she's using these stolen sympathy excuses, what about the people that are struggling with just being here on this earth for whatever it is that they're going through? She's not helping the situation, and she's actually making it worse. And it would be okay if it was just on her platform, but it's not just on her platform. She's everywhere. So when you guys see her, I don't want to tell you to risk getting blocked or whatever, calling her out, but y'all screenshot it, get it to me, get it to one of us so we can start calling it out. She's got to stop. She cannot be telling people that their parents are embarrassed of them, that they're ugly, they need to go DIE, and that she tried to hurt herself, and that we're the cause of it in the awareness community. And she puts all her business out there, even down to where she goes and gets her dabs.
She tells everything on even people, like the people that own the motel she's staying at, that her and her husband are both employed by. She's telling everything she knows about them. I mean, she literally has verbal diarrhea. She can't help herself. It's just crazy to me. But she justifies her asking for help because she says, well, everybody else does it. Josh and Ida do it. Beth does it. Jeff Gainey does it. Ma'am, Gatorade's not a necessity.
Yeah, I actually haven't heard anybody in all the years I've been doing this as vile as her. Beth is definitely, up there with her, but she is at the top for me on vileness.
Yeah, she leaves like no community untouched by her rants. Yep, Bear Dan, she did threaten people's lives.
Bertie, can you keep that up when you don't need to put a screenshot up about the live tonight, please? Thank you so much. I don't want people to get confused and think this is the live that's all actually happening tonight.
There's a lady that I spoke to that gave her $5. And when I was messaging her yesterday, I said, what is it that about her that made you give her the $5? Believing that in any form or fashion that she would be allergic to water and that her doctor told her to only drink a cup of water. And she said, it's because she told me that she tried to unalive herself. And I want everyone to understand, especially those that are window licking, it is not about the amount of money that people are getting. It is about the toll that it's taking on the trust and the emotional manipulation that it's taking, mocking mental health, and all of the above with just her toxic behavior and the amount of vile stuff coming out of her mouth. When she was in a box, and it's on Lola's page, that she was saying it was touch and go and she almost wasn't here anymore from what the awareness community was doing to her. And here she is posting on Facebook at the same time frame. She's not, the lie, no matter how small it is, with I can't drink water because I'm allergic, to something as big as trying to take her own life or pretending to be her own family member in a chat where she's saying, yeah, it's under investigation. We had to discontinue her other account so she would be protected and we could run our investigation on the awareness community for bullying her. If even one person was struggling with mental health, scrolled into her chat and was told that when she's not getting her money and she tells them that their mother and father are embarrassed of them and that they need to go DIE, imagine that could have been the very last straw for somebody. That somebody on the internet told them that, and then headspace that they were in, and then there's a valuable life gone. And as vile and as much bad behavior that Angelgirly, aka Boobear, puts on this app, I still don't want her to take the $20 that she's begging for to go down the street and get something bad off the street, and then her life is gone. Everybody's redeemable, but it's just time to start calling a spade a spade. So, Julie, if you're window licking because we're talking about you, come in here and tell us to DIE. Come in here and talk to somebody who has the ability to tell you to go straight to hell with your mouth. Because I'm not going to stop. Rammer's not going to stop. Lola, Bugs, we're not going to stop. Birdie's going to be here with her screenshots. Checksmate's going to be here with the platform. You're wrong. And if you are out there window licking, or anybody in this chat, and you're struggling with your mental health, please reach out for resources. There's always somebody to listen. 988 is going to be someplace where you can find somebody locally to you or even on the phone to talk to you about what you're going through. Christina says we're lagging, guys, so make sure you're clicking like. That probably means somebody's in here reporting. And that's usually the case when people are in here talking about the truth, talking about what's right is right and wrong is wrong. They want to get rid of us. She knows now that she's on the algorithm with Beg Talk. So when she goes into awareness lives, or people claiming to be awareness, or now she's going into beggars lives, and she's bonding with the beggars, scammers, predators, and those exhibiting bad behavior, because she goes in there with that story, I'm being bullied too. When people are going in and saying, did you fill out a job application today? Where did you go to work? Are you trying to get a job? Or spitting resources to them, and they're being deleted, then here comes Angelgirly, aka Boobear, with her. They're doing it to me too. They call my hotel. They tell me I'm ugly. They tell me to get a job. Well, I have a job. The truth be told is she's talking about everybody's trashing her, but it's Boobear, aka Angelgirly, who's doing the damage to her own life. Because she had a job, and when she was working at the job, she made a terrible mistake in going against the manager. And when she talked about the manager, Then Boobear quit, walked off the job, filed a corporate complaint. When she filed the corporate complaint, the manager did her due diligence and messaged the rest of the community in which they live, saying you might not want to hire this one because of her sheer bad attitude and her unwillingness to do anything because she's lazy. It's all been told by Boobear, aka Angelgirly. She puts it on her Facebook. She tells all of her business. So it's not anybody on awareness telling anybody in her town or her hotel or anybody anything. It's her. I would like for everybody to write down Angelgirly's, aka Boobear's, Cash App, and I would like for it to be reported. It needs to be shut down. Sweet P. McGee 1.
It's actually right at the top of the screen, y'all, on Birdie's buff. If y'all can see that in the yellow.
And a lot of times the people that are scrolling into her chat and listening to her, you know, they've come from other beggars and scammers chats because they want to see what she's all about, to be able to hear more about her story, because it's so out of this world with her stories. I mean, just constant lies. But the more she adds on, she's talking about how she belongs to she has gang affiliation. She has people who will do things for her. If anything, if any of that was even remotely true, save some people from giving their Cash App information to her by giving to her so they're safe. It's a full circle. I couldn't imagine scrolling into somebody's chat and hearing them say that they had gang affiliations, and then all of a sudden, oh, but I need $20 for cat litter, or I need money for Gatorade because I'm allergic to water, and want to give her my personal credentials. There's not a community that I can think of that she has not offended. And I've only been watching her a short time for when she was enabling Tim and Angela, until Tim and Angela blocked her when they realized that she wasn't going to give them any more money, because she's basically useless to them because all they want is money. Therefore, that's why they haven't been on the past couple of days. They've been laid up in the hotel watching Michael Myers marathon, not going to a job fair on October 2nd with retailers because he says his blood pressure was up. So he's setting up that story for when somebody goes in the chat and gets brave enough and asks him, did you go to the job fair on October 2nd? He's going to say, remember I told you on Sunday that my blood pressure had been up for a couple of days and I've been not well. Already setting up the bag, setting up the story, setting up the lie. So I am sheerly concerned, and we all should be concerned about the amount of people that she is coming
in reset, y'all. We got a violation.
Okay.
I'm going to have to reset, y'all. Y'all come back.